It's Madden NFL 23. And up next is one of the best nicknames in football, Sauce Gardner. He stayed active a week ago with an 8-tackle performance. It's the Jets and the Cardinals, and it comes your way next.
Well, we're about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the New York Jets. Back with you from the broadcast booth, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you sense some excitement talking with both teams this week, or at least I did, because it's an interesting battle offensively. You've got two of the league's best rushing attacks on hand, and they both said that they have the same thought process. Whoever runs the ball better and sticks to that game plan the best, well, they'll have the best shot at winning the ball game.
And this one, I think, will resemble a track meet at times, because with all the running we're going to see, if these backs whip off a couple of big runs in the early going, that can really key this ball game. This is going to be exciting to watch, unless you're a defender trying to put one of those guys on the ground.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads them out.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny in practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. First carry for James Conner. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they're going to give you a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Murray's throw here into the hands of Moore. Touchdown, Cardinals! I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field, but if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, 21.6 miles per hour. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll start on the ground. Hall. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung up.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and if anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, yeah. Backside guys,
meh.
That's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable game.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1. This defense for the Cardinals, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Greg Dortch back deep. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they're certainly playing their best football of the year.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. Able to get this one to McBride. The Cardinals at 5-4 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. To throw, it's Murray. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10 is counter. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The numbers there for Conner in last week's game. 23 carries, 89 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they've built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It will be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get over.
On first down, Conner going to be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain, but I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him to now.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The numbers in last week's ball game for Wilson. 6 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
And he's out of bounds at the 10 this round to the 35. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now it's Wilson. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. Chargers with third down coming up.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
He gets it underneath to Hall. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. Here comes Dortch on the return. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Murray flips this forward on a jet sweep. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now third down and 6 to go. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a third down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. An option handoff given to Connor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
From the 38, Murray. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Murray now. Over the middle, complete. It's Connor. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. If it's on the zone conversion, you have to be very careful when you're using play against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone.
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Murray now on first down. That pass complete to Moore. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw is Murray. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity lost.
Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Ball again on 2nd down. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now it's Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Just keeping the play alive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
On the return, Dortch. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
I like the thinking there because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against him. Able to get some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for him on 3rd down.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Murray now to throw. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Under pressure, and down he goes. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Sharks got it left side. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Now here's Bradley Pinion now. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. The drive will start with Connor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play. Yeah,
I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. They'll go option to the short side. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Murray. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Meanwhile, Murray's throw is caught here by Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They set the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Throwing again, Murray. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 34-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And this one's incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And this will be swung out here for counter. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Murray to air it out again. incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, we're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. McCann's kick up and good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend. So lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll begin out west at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. And it's the Rams who have the lead in the second quarter. Kirk Cousins has fired 3 touchdown passes. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And they lead the visiting Raiders at halftime. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Kendrick Bourne, a touchdown catch in the victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cardinals. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come. Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 52 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well, as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to take possession here at their own 33.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging, because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach, because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their...
For them, because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll start the drive with a give to Connor. Takes it to about the 37. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Murray's throw complete there to Moore. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Murray to Moore for the Cardinal first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Murray a give. This is Connor. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. On first down, they go option to the right. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
He's got Anderson right side, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. James Conner, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Cliff Kingsbury going to decide here to leave the offense out and go for two. Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up two more. So they elect to pass there on the two-point try. Sometimes can prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So potentially a good chance now to answer back from the touchdown a minute ago as they get 15 yards tacked on.
It's going to give them much better starting field position, and they didn't even have to make an extra play to get it.
Now an option play on second down. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Wilson's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Wilson on first down. That one complete. He finds Shark. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Option play. Here's Hall. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. There's Wilson to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Again, Wilson will keep it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. The kick by McManus is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Connor. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5.
That pattern scheme is well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And now out come the Jets. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. On third down. Wilson. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Now, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Wilson will throw again. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. This offense so far on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? I mean, they seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown is going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you got a heck of a chance to win.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to look deep for more. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Again, it's Connor. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They run behind center with Connor. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run forward with Connor. It's a gain of 4 there and gives them a new set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. We're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And the Cardinals are going to have what looks to be a 1st and goal as he'll take this down to the 10-yard line. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. To throw is Murray. The quick slant caught. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondale Moore, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy's steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York set to take the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the screen there, and 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. There's Hall bringing in another one. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Throwing is Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. To throw again is Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Moore. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Play action. Now Wilson. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Robert Quinn just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. In this play, he took him to the limits.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Chark. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. To throw is Wilson. sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. Fourth down. Here's Wilson. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to be out of bounds, a couple of yards short of the marker, and they will fail to convert here on fourth down.
So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They start the drive with Cotter, and it would seem as if their three-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start first and 10. 64 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Right back to Cotter here on first. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more. Second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Cardinals, it's an important